All right, Aimee, here we've come to the end of your time with me, and it has been so great to get to work with you. I have loved every minute of it and getting to know you and what Mountain Sage is all about. And so to kind of close our time together, I think it's really important for us to reflect over what's happened over the last few months as we've been working together. And so if you don't mind, just tell me where you really felt like you were, like the day you came to the call and decided that you were going to choose to work on you.
Well, so I was in a place of, as you know, I had the storefront and then closed that at the end of 2020 and went online. And, having so many planets in Libra, it was hard for me. And it still is a little bit of a struggle to be away from my community. In my storefront, I gave out so much information to all of my customers. I taught them about herbs and aromatics and, natural and holistic health. And being online, I felt like that part of me went away.
Mm-hmm.
My core being is about like helping my community and teaching my community. And so I found you and found your program through, I believe it's like a women's entrepreneur group on Facebook. And, then when we met in our discovery call or whatever it's called, I said, okay, I really feel that Judy can teach me how to, come back into the public, even if I stay, online, or even if I don't open another storefront. And, at the time that I found you, I was looking at doing another lease. And then decided it wasn't quite right for me at that time, and how I'm building into the online programming and classes and trying to get more confident in my videos. I really feel like I needed someone to guide me and help me and how to come out of my seclusion of not just the pandemic, but also, just being solely online. I felt like just filling orders and that wasn't worth it to me. So I was in a place of, do I dissolve my business because
Mm-hmm.
like creating happiness for me? This is not what I want to do or who I am, or
Right.
how do I take this, excuse me, online business and create that community feel again. So.
Exactly. And I remember that so well. I remember you feeling very stuck about how you were going to come out and emerge in all of this, but excited at the same time about the potential of a brick and mortar. And then when you decided that wasn't going to work out and that you needed to pivot to online, the way that you began to really look through and visualize all the different ways that could serve you in your business and serve you in how you help your customers and become an extension of what you experienced in the brick and mortar. But that's so hard because of the isolation. You do draw so much energy from people and seeing how you were trying to figure out how to create that same kind of energy through an online business and what you needed even aesthetically to make it happen. All of that has been interesting to watch because you were in a place where you were ready to come out and do something bigger and get back into the brick and mortar. But then when that fell through, what that pivot looked like, it really took on a whole different life of its own. That's had a really cool outcome. So thinking about that, tell me now where you are, where you were then, when you came to that call and you knew you wanted to make some change to like where you're sitting now.
Well, I'm in a better place.
Yay!
I found more joy in my work, because that was lacking for a while. And going through your program really helped me, remember why I opened my shop to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of lost that feeling around it. It also gave me, a little bit more confidence of, the marketing aspect, marketing from that place of like love and sharing all of these great products or the information that's rolling around in my brain all the time and
Mhm.
others, your program, and then meeting with you all the time, and all of that really helped me say, okay, I can do better at my marketing. I mean, because the social media game, I mean, I wear like 97% of the hats in my business, because my daughters work for me as well, but like I do all of the things.
Right.
So, the social media, I'm like, oh, I'll get to that. I'll do that. And, unfortunately, my daughters they don't want to do the social media.
Mhm.
So, you know, I'm posting a little bit more and, making it somewhat more personal, and, seeing like engagement in the posts and what people seem to gravitate towards. If I just put like a product up and don't say anything except buy this, then that's kind of lame, and they know that and they don't respond to that. But if I'm like, hey, this is why I formulated this, or like this is personal to me, or working with my clients, this came out of that or something, and give the a little bit of the backstory around the products that I carry and sell, or my consultations, or why they should work with me, kind of thing. You've definitely helped me find my confidence around that again, because being in isolation, I kind of just let that go. I
Mhm.
stopped being part of the community, whether that's my local community here in the mountains or if it's like a global community on social media. I just kind of stopped participating and just,
Mhm.
here's a product, it does this, buy it, and
Mhm.
I see that people are appreciating, giving more information and sharing myself, because I am the mountain sage.
You are the mountain sage.
And and that's why I came up with that name anyway, is because I've been doing this for so long. I'm at
Mhm.
almost 3 decades, so it's like I want to just share that with everybody. And I don't know if I answered your question. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you
you know
answered her question. Yeah. Yeah, you talk where you are now versus where you were before. So that's really good. And it has been really fun to come alongside you and watch you make that transformation where that you did come in kind of locked, but really excited. That's the thing. You came in with gusto. I love that. Even though deep down you were kind of locked in how you were going to move forward. It's been really fun to walk beside you as you've unlocked a lot of that and began to just do so much. I mean, your capacity is huge in all the different moving parts you've been doing. And, as entrepreneurs, we do wear a lot of hats, and you are trying to wear a lot of hats. But the thing of it is you've been learning how to not get bogged down in wearing those hats, but tackling different things one at a time and moving through it, but keeping a little bit of everything going. And I have seen a little bit of questioning yourself along the way, which is not normal as well. And so I wonder, because you have had some tendencies to question yourself, what do you think during this time has shifted the most for you in your thinking about how you do your business where you're not questioning yourself so much? And she laughs.
Well, so I have to say, first of all, like having you walk alongside of me has been fun. I mean, your support is really compassionate, and that in itself is why I've been able to be so successful in shifting, and bringing the life back into my business is because of you. I mean, it's because of both of us, but
It is. You did the work.
your support is amazing. Um, So, I mean, I think, like you said, we all question ourselves. And, during a time of revelation, a month or so ago, we were looking at like self-worth and
Mhm.
valuing my expertise. And at that moment, I wasn't aware that I had stopped valuing it. And so, doing the work that we were doing and uncovering that really, I always say in my work with my clients is awareness is the key to change. So I know this, but it's evident in once I became aware that I stopped valuing myself, or I was undervaluing myself and my expertise, that things became stagnant. And so, doing the work to find that value, find that worth, understanding and, acknowledging my expertise and my worth, and really made that shift for me.
Beautiful.
That helps me in the whole questioning, that part of like, why am I questioning? And then maybe going in a little deeper, like what's being triggered here? Why do I feel like I don't know something, or that someone might know more than me, or whatever? So that's definitely helped.
Right.
So.
And the beautiful thing was there was a lot of evidence to gather for why you were so valuable and worthy, and why you are, and all the knowledge that you have. I mean, you were an outstanding expert in your field. And so to not own that is just, it's not helpful for you or anybody else, because there's so many people that need what you have. And so that has been very awesome to get to watch you step more into that and have that confidence and own it. And it's a process, and you're building that muscle. And I'm just really excited to see and know what you're going to do in the future as you build upon the muscle you've already started building here. So that's great. So overall then, how do you feel like the work that you've been doing, as we've been going through all this together, has affected your engagement in your life and in your business?
Well, I mean, when you're stagnant in your business, a lot of that is you're stagnant in your life. And granted, when I found you, it was winter, and we tend to be a little bit more like internal during that time. And it was like the perfect time, because, I feel that winter is a great time to work on yourself, because we might not be as social, and we might be spending more time by ourselves, or like at home with, a smaller group of people, like whoever is in your, living in your home. And so looking at the stagnancy of my business also made me look at the stagnancy in my life, and working through that with you allowed me to kind of just open back up again. Because, when, I mean, metaphorically, when my business closed, I closed, and a lot of people, went through that.
For sure they did.
And so I knew that I needed to do something, because what I was doing was not working. And so I was actually actively looking for you. Did discovery calls with a whole bunch of other people, and they didn't, they were more around like coaches, which, I do mentor people, but I'm not like a coach specifically. Like, I sell products, and I have a, shop, and I teach classes, and I do consultations. Like, I have so many things that I offer, but it's not necessarily just specifically like online coaching. And so I kept looking for the right coach, and they just kept telling me, oh, okay, we need to build your email, and we need to do this, and we need to like cold call, and blah blah blah, and this, that. And I'm like, what? This does not resonate with me. And so, when you ask, the universe provides. And so I said, where is my Judy? So that really, finding you and doing the work. I mean, I know that the work needs to be done. I just didn't know what work. And so your program really helped me bring in that focus. Okay, we're going to focus on the business. We're going to focus on marketing. We're going to focus on product, and, and then the consultations and the mentoring and this and that. And you really helped me find where I needed more help, and find where things were easily flowing, and, how to tap into that and have those things flow. And then, the things that needed more work, where should we work on those, or should those be, done later, and all of that. So I think,
Okay, good. So it was very clarifying, and therefore helped you get more focus for the business and for your life as well. and get them really in sync, which has been awesome to watch. And there was something that you said that really stuck with me, and then now I can't think of it, of course.
I'm a little wordy.
One of the little aha moments there, I think you talking about all the different components that you're doing and trying to find that right help. When you said that, you know, people telling you all this stuff that you need to do, that you're like, no, I'm not doing that. That's so common. Oh my goodness, it's so common. And the thing of it is, we think it's in the doing. And while you are a doer, you are a doer who really zeroes in on what's going to matter. And you really zero in to do the work. And there's so many people that just do, and they do, and they do, and they don't move themselves forward. They don't truly believe in themselves. They don't truly begin to work on themselves and make that intention that you made. I'm going to find somebody to help me do this. But I just loved that you were talking kind of through that whole process and why you wanted to commit to yourself. And I really applaud you for that, because people have a hard time choosing to work on themselves, choosing to say, I'm going to do the hard work. And you have done it. And it brings that smile because you have. And that's what I love, because when you have those moments, that smile comes, and it like gives me chills, and it just like thrills my soul. So it's one of the most pleasurable things about working for you, is that you wear it so well, and you just are like, ah, even when it's like that, I don't even want to be realizing this right now. I don't want to accept this new, more empowering thought. There's kind of still that smile with that, I don't want it, but I want it, you know? And so it's one of my favorite things about you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and I've been doing the work for decades. And so I realized the value in it, you know, because no shortcuts, you know, you have to do the work, you have to put in the time, you have to figure out what's working, what's not working, you know, and if you don't, then you just stay in the same place.
That's exactly right. And you are not a person that's going to stay in the same place. You don't let grass grow under your feet. You got a whole mountain to climb, and you're climbing it. That's cool. So what would you say that you're the most proud of?
Finally putting classes together. Yes, I've been working on doing online classes for years and have not done them. And it was my own resistance to it, you know, because I'm so much a people person that I just kept saying, you know, it won't be the same. It'll be more mechanical. It'll be more, you know, sterile and flat. And it's not me if I'm not teaching in front of you know, live people in front of me. So I've made friends with the camera, and, you know, made friends with slideshows. So that part is what I'm definitely like the most proud of, because it's something that I've struggled with for years. And, you know, I have all of these great classes that I have taught in person. And so I have the handouts already. I have the information already. It was just like putting it into that little computer right there. And not resisting it anymore. So that's going to be huge once I have a bunch of them up.
Exactly. But you've got the ball rolling on it, and you finally have gotten unstuck in feeling like you have to make them all completely perfect and the whole bank of them done and everything as it needs to be in order to just launch. You're realizing and seeing your value in every step of the way. And that's what's so important, is to take away that there's value in every step, every little piece of it that's put out there in whatever time frame it goes in.
Right.
So yeah. That's really cool.
Remembering, it was more like a remembering my value, and because I'd forgotten,
right?
And I just fell into routine, and the routine was not a good routine. I mean, it was fine, but it
Sure.
wasn't good for me and my soul. And
Right.
I guess that's really what I needed all along, was to remember my value, and then have some business help with that.
Uh-huh. That's great. And so now that you have this momentum that you've been gaining over the last couple of months as we've been working together, what do you see as your next big opportunity?
Well, my goal is to be able to be fully online in 5 years, so that I can take this on the road, so to speak, and not be so much as a permanent shop, as a someone who can help others virtually,
Mhm.
and be more on the helping end than the selling end. And so until then, keep working on my classes, keep working on my consultations, and working with clients, and friendlier with the virtual world. I mean, we live in that, everything's virtual. And so, moving forward, just, keep remembering my value, keep remembering that I am the expert in this moment, and I'm teaching others how to become their own expert, and, allowing that to just be in the forefront, and going with the flow on that. So
Exactly. And I love how peacefully, calmly, and confidently you just said that. It's as though you really believe it.
I do.
And that is huge.
Yeah.
That is huge. So congratulations, Aimee. That I'm just thrilled for you. And I can't wait to watch and see everything you're going to be able to do as you go into that whole thing. And just that shift from all the in-person and all that you needed to now your 5-year plan, wanting to see it all come to virtual, watching you go from pushback to acceptance and moving toward what you have clarified is where you want and need to be, and the freedom that it'll create for you. That is just wow. It was really, really, really cool to get to hear you actually say all that after all this time of feeling like I've just got to be in person, and working through how you can still create personal connection in an online environment, and seeing the reality that it doesn't have to be a complete disconnect, but instead can actually be connecting. That's amazing.
And I work with my clients virtually completely now, and so that definitely opened some things up to me, that it's not something I need to resist,
Mhm.
that I can incorporate into my work and who I am, and understand that it is a tool, and
Mhm.
not something to be afraid of.
Right. Not something to fight with. It's a tool.
Exactly.
Excellent. All right, Aimee. Well, thank you so much for sharing this time with me to just recap where you were, how you got to where you are today, and where you're going. I'm just really thrilled to have had the privilege and honor to get to work with you and spend this time to watch you just claim your best, most amazing self and run forward with it. So I'll still be having my eyes on you and seeing what you do.
Oh, well, great. Appreciate, your program, and then just you. Just having you as my support team really allowed me to see myself and my business in a new light. So I very much, for the rest of my life, will appreciate this time with you. So
Well, thank you.